Luna, come on. Okay, I gotta see if I can get her out of here. No, ma'am. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Wild Huckleberry. Well, last night was a little wild. We had a lot of rain. You can see we got some blue sky out now, and over here we still got some clouds where the bright ball of heat is. It's not supposed to be as hot today, at least. We had a cold front that rolled through last night, so in the summer a cold front is more or less just temporary cooler air that makes the rain happen, because it rained really hard last night. The weird thing about it was, while it was raining so hard, it was not thundering, and that doesn't happen usually. Now this morning, when it was not raining as hard, the thunder was rolling, and not a lot, but it was rumbling somewhat. But we got me need me to turn, because that's not good. We got stuff we got to get done today. We're going to do some moving and mowing and whatever else I can accomplish with it being so wet. I may try to work on Luna's pen a little bit today. We'll see how that works out. But I'm going to try an experiment this morning. We're going to see how that works out. Now, I know some of you will not agree with having a shock collar on, but I've had some issues with Luna chasing chickens. She's good at first, but then after if I let them free range, she'll come down here and start chasing them, and I can't have that. I got to teach her that they're not prey, they are what she's protecting. But which at the moment she's attacking the grass. Here, let me see if she keeps doing it. Yeah, see, she's biting on the grass and chewing on it. That's such a puppy thing to do. So anyway, I've got this shock collar on her. I did hit her one time. It's only on like 2, so hey, I only hit her one time, but now I always use the vibration setting on it, and she does not like that vibration. She jumps every time. So I'm hoping that will kind of get her going. So we're going to try something this morning. As you know, I let the chickens out in the mornings. I don't let them out to free range. I leave them in the pen. Well, this morning I'm going to take Wild and Crazy over there. Where is she? There she is. I'm going to take Wild and Crazy in there with me and try to get her used to being in close proximity with the chickens. Now they're not going to like it much. They're going to be freaking out a little bit, but they got to get used to her being in close proximity with them too. So we got to work on all of this together, and we'll see how it goes this morning. But I'll let you see a little bit of it and see what happens, and I'll give you a little good morning, guys. The roosters are saying get me out. But I'll give you a little recap when it's done of exactly how that worked out. This little episode of the Wild Huckleberry is pretty much, I've kind of intended, I'm going to concentrate on chickens this time. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we do for our chickens, things we do to try to make their lives better, what we probably should do better, I don't know. You can leave comments on what we do and say, oh, you're wrong, you're right, but this is how we do it. And we had chickens for a lot of years before we got these guys, and this has worked for us. And we've been pretty successful, except when I'm pretty sure foxes back at the old place wiped out our little flock in about 2 days. So yeah, it's a struggle sometimes when you have animals and you have to kind of do what you do and see what works for you. And we found things that work for us that some people it probably wouldn't work for. It probably wouldn't be a good idea. But out here where we are, the things we do, I'm planning on putting some lime down over in the pen here. I've read where that does really good to fight the acidity of all the chicken poo. So anyway, we're going to get in here. We're going to get these chickens out, let them run around, feed them, and we're going to see what the little crazy one does in the midst of them right here. I'm hoping she does pretty good, but if she doesn't, then we'll try to correct that and get her. We're trying to make her our chicken guardian dog, so let's see how this works. All right, we are inside. I have my helper. Here she is. We're about to open this door and we're going to see how this goes. She may freak out a little bit. She wants to get out. No, Luna, no. Come here, baby. You got to stay in here. Come here, baby. Come on. You're going to stay with me. We're going to let the chickens out. Luna, Luna. I don't want that door to... See, this is what I'm worried about. This is what I'm trying to avoid. Luna, act right. Stop chasing them. They are not toys to chase. We are going to feed them and we're going to help them get bigger. Well, no, these two guys aren't getting bigger. The juveniles, yes, but not these guys. Luna. Whoop, excuse me, darling. I didn't know you were under my legs in there. All right, no eggs this morning. Now this is the part that I'm also going to find interesting. When I throw feed, she's going to probably want to eat it. Ugh. I got to raise this thing up. It's driving me nuts. Be good, Luna. All right, let's see if I can. She's over here now. Let's see if we can give them some food. Like the chickens are, of course, interested and going to crowd around. Luna, don't chase. Don't chase. I love you. And Lovey came to see us and freaked out. To be honest, Luna's a little bit messed up too. She's kind of staying over here by me now and kind of put her foot up on me. She's not sure what's going on. This is her first time. I'm hoping I won't have to struggle to get her out of here without the chickens coming too. All right, let's get some wormies. Ugh. Top of this is very gross. Okay. Just a couple of scoops of these for everybody. You don't want any of these, baby, I promise. Okay. Scoop back in there. No, ma'am. So for you guys who don't know, this is what we give our chickens as treat, a little extra protein. It's these boon worms from Atwood's. It's black soldier fly larvae. I found that they love them and they do really good. Come on, Luna. Come on, babe. Now, as I was afraid, she's eating the chicken feed. All right, come on, babe. All right, chickens. Experiment number 1 is done, and that was not as highly successful as I had hoped, but, well, I guess it was. It wasn't bad. Come on, Luna. Come on, babe. Luna, come on. Okay, I gotta see if I can get her out of here. No, ma'am. Yeah, I was afraid that getting her out was going to be the hard part, and I was right. So, as we go through the day, I'll talk to you some more about things like the boon worms, that's one of the things that we do for them, just to give them, sorry guys, I'm trying to secure my gate here, just to give them some extra protein so that they are, they, you know, grow good, they lay good eggs, they do everything that they need to do as chickens. Protein is always a good thing for animals. So now they're in there enjoying everything. Luna and I are out here. I was afraid that getting her out would be hard. She hasn't really eaten that much breakfast yet, so she thought she would eat their food as her breakfast, which does not need to happen, but dogs will be dogs. So now I'll go take care of the goats and cows, and Luna won't be going in for that because, quite honestly, I'm not letting her in there just yet because the goats are not nice. They just want to butt, and she still doesn't understand about the cows that much, so she's kind of rushing at the cows, and I'm scared she's going to get hurt. She needs to get a little more size on her before I'll trust her in there. So anyway, we got lots of things to do today, but we'll be back later with some more chicken updates. It's a chicken episode. I don't know, episode, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be chicken day here, at least as far as our talking and such on the wild huckleberry. So we'll see you in a little while. Now here's one of those things with chickens. So this is our waterer. It still keeps some water in these two bowls here as well, but this is my main waterer, and as you can tell, it's empty because the chickens knocked it over. They don't care about their water or anything. They just knock stuff over. So what I'll do is at night, I've got my water line running right over here into the cows' waterer. Speaking of cows, there they are. Hello Clint, hello Natasha. And so I'll just retrieve this. Oh, there's Luna. Hi, bad. And I will fill this up. Of course, first I'll clean the spouts out a little bit, because one thing about it, chickens are dirty. They get everything dirty. I don't think they're as bad as ducks are. Of course, I've never had ducks, I will admit, but I've heard a lot about how dirty ducks are. The chickens are pretty nasty. They make a mess. What I love about having this is I don't ever have to worry about how clean or dirty the water is, because I know that it's nice and clean on the inside. Look at that. I never have to question that. And so now I'll just fill it up, set it back on the brick, and we'll be good to go. I may give the other two waterers just a little topping off. And see, as soon as you start putting water in it, those nozzles, which they still don't look too great, do they? I need a brush. I may have to buy me like a little toothbrush or something to use on them. But anyway, and they'll have good fresh water in the morning. And I like to do this now when I put them up at night as opposed to in the morning, just because to me it's easier for me to go ahead and get this done tonight, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So there you go. That's full, almost. And that's good. Of course, it'll be fun to carry over there. But now, I'll pull my water hose down here a little ways and spray a little water into those two buckets in there. That one's pretty full. That one needs a little more, but Give them a little fresh water in there. They are definitely drinking out of the new waterer, but they don't mind drinking out of those too. Plus they can get in these a little bit, get their feet in it when it's really hot, which it wasn't today, thank goodness. But anyway, I'm just going to show you one of the other things we do with our chickens, how we try to keep them watered. I know there's a lot of different ways, but I'm loving the new system here with those little watering cups like that. I may have to buy another set of those and get another 5-gallon bucket, because I think that's maybe the best way I've ever seen. Got any other ways? Let me know. Put them down in the comments. Now here's one of those things with chickens. So this is our waterer. It still keeps some water in these 2 bowls here as well, but this is my main waterer, and as you can tell, it's empty because the chickens knocked it over. They don't care about their water or anything. They just knock stuff over. So what I'll do is at night, I've got my water line running right over here into the cows' waterer. Speaking of cows, there they are. Hello Clint, hello Natasha. And so I'll just retrieve this. Oh, there's Luna. Hi, Dad. And I will fill this up. Of course, first I'll clean the spouts out a little bit, because one thing about it, chickens are dirty. They get everything dirty. I don't think they're as bad as ducks are. Of course, I've never had ducks, I will admit, but I've heard a lot about how dirty ducks are. The chickens are pretty nasty. They make a mess. And what I love about having this is I don't ever have to worry about how clean or dirty the water is, because I know that it's nice and clean on the inside. Look at that. I never have to question that. And so now I'll just fill it up, set it back on the brick, and we'll be good to go. I may give the other 2 waterers just a little topping off. You see, as soon as you start putting water in it, those nozzles, which they still don't look too great, do they? I need a brush. I may have to buy me like a little toothbrush or something to use on them. But anyway, we now have good fresh water in the morning. And I like to do this now when I put them up at night, as opposed to in the morning, just because to me it's easier for me to go ahead and get this done tonight, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So there you go. That's full, almost. And that's good. Of course, it'll be fun to carry over there. But now, I'll pull my water hose down here a little ways and spray a little water into those 2 buckets in there. That one's pretty full. That one needs a little more, but give them a little fresh water in there. They are definitely drinking out of the new waterer, but they don't mind drinking out of those too. Plus they can get in these a little bit, get their feet in it when it's really hot, which it wasn't today, thank goodness. But anyway, I'm just going to show you one of the other things we do with our chickens, how we try to keep them watered. I know there's a lot of different ways, but I'm loving the new system here with those little watering cups like that. I may have to buy another set of those and get another 5-gallon bucket, because I think that's maybe the best way I've ever seen. Got any other ways? Let me know. Put them down in the comments. Hey guys, it's it's the next day. Have you ever heard the saying, best laid plans of mice and men? Well, we had all those plans to do things yesterday, and Lee had mowed with the mower the other day, and he heard a noise. So I got in there and got to looking at it, and I had a pulley. There you go, there's the word I'm looking for. Had a pulley that was rattling, and so I took it off and checked it out, and I thought, well, it's not the pulley. So what's going on? So eventually I figured out that there was a piece in there, and I've got a locked up bearing in there, and that caused the pulley to move around and tear up the post that it was on. And so I had to order the part, but it took me till noon to get through the whole process of getting stuff off, figuring it out, doing all that good stuff. So we didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. As far as that goes, we didn't get any mowing done. And then trying to get things done in the afternoon. I got some things moved, but you know, it just never works out like what you plan. So now let's continue our talk a little bit. So I'm out here right now. I've got my sidekick down here. She is wandering off into the grass. I'm not sure exactly why, because, well, that's Luna. So what we're doing right now is I'm about to let the chickens out to free range for a while. It's about 6:30 in the afternoon, so they'll have a couple of hours. But the thing is, I would rather have these guys free ranging all day, except for the fact that that fox we had a few months ago that killed 3 of our chickens caused me to not be able to do that anymore. I'm concerned for them, which is why that one is on our homestead now. Once I raise her up and get her big enough to take responsibility, I'm hoping that I can free range these guys all day, and they will be safe because she will be guarding them and making sure that they are safe. I know that some people can free range, some people can't. We love to, because for one thing, you don't have to feed them as much, and for another thing, they get so much good stuff. And you know, grass and bugs and such don't sound very appetizing to us, but to chickens, that makes a great diet. It makes for a great, look at it, as soon as they come out, they're finding all kinds of little bugs and things that just look delicious. So that's one of the big things that we would love to do for these guys more often. We just have to be careful. We just have problems with predators. I'm going to step back here in the shade to talk about this. It's not as bad today in the shade. It's still brutal in the sun. But, you know, we're trying to give them the best life. And I think free ranging is the best life. This is not a huge pen. It's not bad. But, you know, they've eaten all the grass. They've scratched it all to heck. You know, there's not much left to eat on or anything in there, so they'd rely on the food we give them. I would like it if they didn't have to rely on the food we give them. I'd rather they were able to free range and get what they want. But, hey, got to do what you got to do to keep them safe. They're an important commodity to us. They give us a lot of eggs. None of these are meat birds, so I'm not planning on eating any of them at this point in time. So that's not what I'm worried about. What I am worried about is these things right in here. Goodness gracious, they got them scattered everywhere. So they've laid 5 of them in here, and I'm gonna go put them in the nesting box. But that's just a big deal to us that I think would be a great help. I'm trying to get her used to being in here and doing things. I wasn't able to do the same as I did yesterday and bring her in here with me this morning. But, excuse me, dear. I'll be right out of your way in a minute, lovey. But it's it's important that we get them used to her and her used to them, but that is going to involve her having to be around them and probably have to involve her making mistakes and doing some things that I don't want her to do, just so that she learns. I know that's probably not a popular opinion, that's not a popular way of doing things, but you know, we're trying to do what we're trying to do for our chickens in their best interest. Now, we are, you know, I've got this coop. I've had plans and I haven't been able to do it yet. I have plans on cutting windows in here too. It is, as you can see the, oops, excuse me, darling. You can see the light right back there coming through. This thing is not airtight on the sides, which I am okay with during the summer because they get some airflow in here at night. Now during the day it's open, so it's not so bad, and then the heat kind of goes out. You can see it's a little light coming through there. I think that's all good because we don't need them to be super airtight at this point in time because it's too hot. But we tried to give them a good place to live here. This all slopes downhill, so the water doesn't, it stands some down at the bottom, but it doesn't stand up here. So they have a lot of area where they can get out of the water and not have to, you know, be in as bad a mud and all. So, you know, I got some DT, some diatomaceous earth up there that I'm probably going to go get right now and put in some of their dusting holes. That's something really good for them to help get the mites and everything knocked down off of them. Come on, Luna. Come on, baby. Whoops, sorry, darling. I'm trying to step back and I have chickens right behind me that I actually kicked accidentally because she was right behind me. But, you know, we buy things. Come on, Lou. We buy things for the express purpose of bettering the lives of these chickens and making them more comfortable. And, you know, I don't know what else to do. We do the things we do to try to make them more comfortable and more able to lay us more and more eggs. Right now, I think with all the heat, they're kind of slowed down. But I did find something earlier that I do want to go investigate right quick, now that I think about it. I saw something when I was in the goat pen, taking a little walk around, and I want to go look at something. Luna's going to go in the weeds over there. Yes, I thought I saw something laying over here, and that, I don't know exactly. I don't know that that's a chicken egg, but that is an egg. And I'm not sure. I mean, look how tiny that thing is. There's my thumb. I'm not sure. Luna! You better not be. She's got the chickens a little stirred up in the weeds here. I don't want her messing with them. I gotta figure out what this, I don't know if that's just a bird egg or what, but it's not something that looks much. I mean, it looks like a chicken egg, a dirty one, but it's very small. It is very small. But anyway, we're doing the things we think we can do to make our chickens' lives better, make it easier on them. I want them to have great lives. I want them to be safe. I want them to grow. Well, when they're little, these girls, like that one right over there, she does not need to grow anymore. That is a big girl. And that's a Bielefeld, and she is a big girl. But we're just trying to, you know, do what we can do for our chickens. And I've had some suggestions given to me, and I've followed them. So if you got any thoughts, leave some suggestions down there, If we expand a whole lot and get more chickens, I'll probably have to expand the run, expand the coop, expand a lot of things. But the plan is we probably will get more chickens. So we'll see how that all goes. But so anyway, this has definitely been an episode just about chickens and all. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Chickens are a big deal here. We have a lot of them, not as many as I'd like to have, but we should have more later. But I love chickens. I love what they can do for you, whether it's getting bugs and ticks and such out of your yard, giving you eggs, giving you meat for some chickens. But I love them. I love having them around. They're entertainment because chickens can be very funny. But I'm glad we have chickens again. It's one of those things that we didn't for a while, and I'm very glad we do again, and I wouldn't take anything for them. I was just waiting, biding my time until we had chickens again, because it was time. We haven't had them a year yet, so we're doing really good, I think. So you guys have a great one, and we will see you next time. Just a quick sec to show you guys what kind of morning we've woken to today. We woke up to a beautiful sky without a cloud around. You've heard me call it this before. Call it a bluebird day. It's gorgeous. The goats are screaming at me, but I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful it is. And to add to it, there is no humidity in the air this morning, and it's about, I don't know, about 68, 70 degrees this morning. Oh, it feels great. Woo. Wish we had this a lot more often during summer, but this is about 2 or 3 days and back to reality.